Happy New Year, everyone. I'd like to begin the year by reading you a short story that I wrote recently about something that I find particularly frightening, and that's the rising tide of anti-Semitism around the world. Let's not call it anti-Semitism. That's too polite a word. Let's call it what it really is, Jew hatred. So if you just indulge me for a couple minutes, I'd like to read you the story. It's not long. It just looks like it's a few pages because I had to blow up the type really big. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be. It's called Warlords, Ninjas, and Jews. My name is Jake Klein, and if you live in or near Culver City, you've probably seen my storefront insurance agency right on Main Street. And though my business is modestly successful, I am perhaps best known as the president of the official Warlords fan club, the only fan club that is actually recognized by our state's most important sports team. And what a great team it is. 5 championships in the past decade, and this year's winning streak was one for the record books. So you can understand my passionate support for the team. My wife says that if I spent as much time building my business, it would be more than just a modest success. But I am what I am, and what I am is a Warlords superfan. Always was, and until recent events, I thought I always would be. Let me illustrate the depth of my love of the team. Start with my wardrobe. I always wear something that proudly displays the Warlords logo. Even when I attend formal business events, you'll see me wearing a Warlords tie. And if you ring my doorbell late at night, I'd probably greet you in my Warlords pajamas. My wife thinks they look ridiculous. And my home and insurance office are practically shrines to the Warlords, filled with autographed photos of the players and memorabilia. As you may have guessed, my love of all things Warlords is combined with my deep hatred of the Ninjas, our archenemy and main rival for the championship year after year. I don't understand how anyone can root for those sleazy ninjas, especially after the ongoing investigation into their drug use. In fact, there's only one good thing I could say about the Ninjas, and that's this year they recruited superstar player Mark Rosen. Now, like most Americans, I cheered for Rosen as he competed in 2 different events at the Olympics and won a bronze and silver for our country. He's not only a magnificent athlete, he's also a proud Jew. I know this for a fact because he once gave an inspirational talk to the Brotherhood at my synagogue. Rosen may be a ninja, but he's also a mensch. So here's what I was hoping as my beloved Warlords faced off against the Ninjas for this year's championship. Naturally, I wanted the Warlords to walk away with victory, but I was also hoping to see Rosen deliver some spectacular plays. Well, by now, you know, that only part of my wish was granted. Yeah, for a while, it actually seemed like the Warlords would heroically hold on to their slim lead. Then Rosen lived up to his potential with the most spectacular play I have ever seen. Even in slow motion replay, it looks like he was able to defy the laws of physics. But it happened, it was real, and it changed the course of the championship. My dream vision of a Warlords victory parade evaporated in an instant. The shock of Rosen's miraculous game-winning maneuver filled all Warlords fans with a deep depression. When we walked out of the stadium, I thought things couldn't get any worse. But they did, fast. Within hours, social media exploded with anti-Semitic jabs aimed at Mark Rosen. "That kike stole the trophy from us," one angry fan wrote. Others posted messages like, "The dirty Jews have screwed us again," and "I'll give $1,000 to the person who breaks that Hebe's arms and legs." I was stunned and grew even more worried by the relentless onslaught of inflammatory comments that were posted online and that I heard in person from people in my very own community. When I saw a stranger on the street who was wearing a Warlords jacket, I said, "Cheer up, we'll get him next year." And he venomously replied, "Yeah, but we'll get those dirty Jews now. This can't wait." Overnight, Jewish businesses and homes were vandalized, and some Jews throughout the state were verbally abused and physically accosted. One of the most outspoken anti-Semites turned out to be the principal of the Culver City Elementary School, who we discovered was also the leader of a local militia. I was even asked to relinquish my position as president of the official Warlords fan club. One email I received read, "I'm sure the Mark Rosen fan club needs a Jew like you, but we sure as hell don't." I believe that some of this extreme behavior could have been tempered sooner if the Warlords management had come forward with a call for the anti-Semites to stand down. But it took almost a week before we heard any official message from the team, and when it came, the wording was meek and unconvincing, as if they didn't want to offend the extremists in their fan base. So where does this leave me? Should I quit the fan club and totally distance myself from the team? My wife wants me to sell my Warlords memorabilia collection and be done with the whole matter. She said, "It's time to grow up, Jake." Well, I don't have any answers yet because my head is spinning from recent events, and I'm still hoping that we will all collectively wake up from this nightmare and that things will return to the way they had always been. Right now, I don't want to make any rash decisions. But there's one thing I know for sure. I will never wear my Warlords pajamas again. My wife is right. They do look ridiculous. Happy New Year, everyone.